So, hi everyone, and welcome once again to the next episode of the Ascension series. Thank you for all the wonderful feedback and all those who have written to me saying that Ascension series is just what I needed. These are the messages which I am receiving from the source, from the beings of light, from all the divine beings, and I'm just delivering this message to each and every one of you. So, thank you for watching. So, today we'll talk about what is the matrix. What is it to exit the matrix, and what do you mean by on the ascension journey you exit the matrix and claim your ascended. So matrix is when you're living in the fear energy, you're living in the third dimension, and by living in the third dimension it means all your decisions are based on fear. Now fear doesn't mean you have to be afraid all the time, but the decisions are based on what if I don't get to do this, so let me do this. That is the kind of approach you use in the third dimension. Third dimension is basically not a place, it's a state of consciousness which is based on linear time A, separation consciousness, and what we call as duality. Duality technically means when something is not right, it is wrong, something is not black, it is white, and we always create a separation between us and someone who doesn't agree with us. There is no awareness, there is only judgment. Third dimension also believes in linear time, which means past, present and future, and most of the people who are living in the third dimension are either very worried about the future or they are spending time repenting about the past. And the third and the most striking feature of the third dimension is your rational mind. Your rational mind is what will keep you stuck in the third dimension and will hence keep you stuck in the matrix. Now, what would be life in the matrix like, and what do you mean by matrix? Now, in your matrix, you are taking decisions based on what you're supposed to do, what you practically think you should be doing. There are set of rules which you may not be understanding. You may be doing a job you hate and you may not be even aware of that. You may be feeling this is what I truly love doing, but when you peel layers, you understand that it is not something you love doing. You also might become a people pleaser, or especially if you're an empath who is not aware of the potency, the power of what you have. You may be someone who might become a people pleaser. You also might be facing a lot of issues in life because you feel that you are being kind to everyone, but people don't treat you right. And you might be feeling that what's wrong with me? Because I have been doing my best, but neither my job gives me happiness, nor my work gives me happiness, and people do take me for granted. Now, also your level of the relationships you have in your life are totally dependent on whether you are in the matrix or you are not. For example, if you are in a romantic relationship which is not giving you happiness and you're just being with a person, either you are in a long-term relationship or you are married with a person but you are not happy about it, you may be operating at a matrix level of consciousness, which means at a lower frequency of consciousness. And you also might be believing that romantic relationships are not good, marriages don't last, or relationships don't give you joy and happiness. They're only there because you have to show to the world that you are with someone. So most relationships will be based on lack, fear, and you might lose the connection. Also, you might believe that as the relationships or marriage get older, they become worse. Now, this is a very common limiting belief when people are working in the matrix. Many times in matrix, the reason why people either they make friends or they make relationships is because they want to either show the society or they want to make networks. They want people who are influential, and they don't choose relationships, friendships from their heart. This is one of the classic things which puts you in a matrix and people normalize it. Most people will feel that, yeah, friends will be bad to you sometimes. Your spouse will not be, always there for you. Now, this is the classic matrix thinking which we buy into pre-ascension. Coming to one of the most important and my favorite parts about living in the matrix, and that too talking about health. In the matrix, we believe that as we grow older, our bodies deteriorate. Most people believe that post 45 or 50, they will start getting older. Many people of my generation even believe that post 30, they will start deteriorating. And People believe that you will end up having a lot of lifestyle diseases. It is inevitable to have them. People also believe that you will have to keep getting constant health checkups done, because if you don't do it, you just don't discover that whatever is going on in your body. And if you don't do medical checkups, you have more chances of falling sick. People spend more time looking at the medical reports than paying attention to their body. This is the classic case of Matrix. Now, apart from talking about relationships, jobs, career, friendships, and health, in the Matrix, we believe that it is our responsibility to earn as much and hoard as much as wealth as possible, save a lot of money, buy a lot of things, do a job which you hate doing in order to buy the things which you really don't want, because you want to show the world that you are an achiever. This makes you a typical type A personality who says that I'm very ambitious, and you become nothing but a Matrix puppet. And you will try to show everyone you are good outside, but inside within you are breaking, and you are not even aware of that. Now let's go to what happens after ascension. You have an awakening. You have a spiritual awakening, post which you stop agreeing to what's happening in the Matrix. Or there is another way of looking at it. You just can't agree with the things happening in the Matrix, and there is that little part of you which believes that no, there is a better way out of this. This is not the way to live. And hence you start on the journey of spiritual awakening. You want answers. You want to know that why are you not happy in spite of having the best job, in spite of having a decent life, good money. And in the Matrix, you put pleasure over joy. But when you start ascending, you start really experiencing joy. So when you start ascending, you start making friends, whether it is friends or whether it is romantic relationships, you connect from your heart, which means you are with someone in a romantic relationship only and only because you want to be with that person, and not because that gives you status in the society, or that person has wealth, or that person has outer beauty. Your relationships are directly connecting from the heart. Also, your friendships are healthy. Your friends are people who really want to see you grow, who really want you to be happy. So after you exit the Matrix and you are ascending, you might lose out on a lot of friends, but you only have few and genuine friends in your life who understand, who grow with you, and who really want to see you happy and who want to see you grow. When you exit the Matrix, you just can't work in the typical day-to-day job. It just doesn't work. Now universe will give you signs like you will not like the job, and you'll also get fired, or your department will shut down, or your company will downscale, or you will be given another opportunity in the company which you are not happy taking up. Until you get the message, this will happen multiple times. Many people at this moment, they don't choose to quit their Matrix job. Instead, they keep finding more and more Matrix jobs, thinking that it will give them joy and happiness. But the fact is, this is universe telling you that this is not your path. Also, there will be a lot of politics in your organizations. You will feel totally irritated, frustrated. Some of you might even have mental health issues, anxieties, deeper into your life purpose if this is happening with you. Also, once you exit the Matrix, you will start understanding your connection with your body. And you will know that health is not only about losing weight, but health is also about having a good physical, mental, and emotional as well as spiritual health. So you will start understanding how your energy will impact your body. What are the things you will need to do? So, of course, when you exit the Matrix, of course, if you are sick, you will take the medicines, but you will also understand that healing is a process, and you will also understand that treatment shouldn't be just symptomatic, but you should go to the root cause of what is causing you ill health. Also, you'll understand the difference, you'll understand the connection between your emotions, your thoughts, and your physical health, and all of this will be interrelated. So you might work on all of this together. In short, when you start ascension and when you exit the Matrix, you will start looking at life from a totally different and totally new perspective. Nothing will be the same as it was before. Everything will be changing, everything will transform. You might face a few dark nights of the soul in the process, I'll talk about that maybe in some other video. But when you begin ascension and when you move out of the third dimension and you start walking towards the fifth, your physical appearance also might start changing. Most people will feel that your aura is great. You look very different, and even if your physical body is aging, you will look younger than what you looked before when you were in the Matrix. Many of us began our ascension in 2012, and as in the last 9 years, with a lot of ups and downs, we have now finally started moving towards the fifth dimension, building in crystalline light, building in high frequency energy. There will be different layers which we are still healing. I'm not saying we have totally healed or we have totally reached there. There are layers which we are shedding. Hence, there are days when we feel totally turmoil, and there are days where we feel total peace. But this all is a process. Healing is happening in layers, and it is taking you to your best ascended self. So hang on, don't be afraid. And in case you have any doubts or in case you want to know anything more about ascension, you can book a session with us at Unicorn Insight. If you're going through a really difficult period, it's only because that layer is getting shed. So I look forward to see you. It is safe for you to claim your ascended golden self. Keep up on this path. And always know that reject all pain. Move closer to God. Moving closer to being you and being your golden self. Thank you for watching this long episode on Ascension. Do let me know how do you like this episode. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a very happy and prosperous 2022.